yeah, everyone must be in doubts and all questions like how to manage these stuffs and how we can comprehend and go forward with these. What will be our final year look like, right? Because that's your one of the goal, I believe. 4 year of BTech is not just about um, uh, getting that college life, but also you came here with one goal to get placed or some kind of after opportunities which we explore after the college, right? So yeah, um, that's what we should focus right now. And yeah, um, that's cool. With that, I'll start with a presentation. Just right, it won't be a tedious one. It won't be a like a really long one. But my main focus will be on questions and answers because I need to clear your doubts rather than giving much more of like learning, rather than just follow on what questions you have in your mind, right? So yeah, just give me a minute. Cool. Yeah. So just can anyone confirm me like is my screen visible? Um, yeah. Is my screen visible? Hello. It is. Yeah. Good. Great. Yeah. So see, the title of the PPT is just placement a diverse goal. Diverse, just that diverse keyword is my main focus because don't take it like a really like just a one stream. It's a really big branch when you join BTech. In especially if you're from computer science, mathematical computation, or IT, your options will be kind of a branch, not a single stream actually. So that's why I'm focusing on that. Yeah, and okay, yeah, okay. Let me introduce myself as well. Like I'm Shashwat. I mean, I'm also wearing the same T-shirt over there, the same PPT as well as over on the camera. Yeah, so I'm Shashwat Sahu. I currently work as an AVP, Assistant Vice President at Wells Fargo. Though my title says that, but yeah, I work on management, software development, anything related to like banking as well, financials, even meeting the clients. If you know about Bloomberg and all, so yeah, and even Wall Street journals and all. So yeah, I do work with them as well. So my field is kind of diverse over there, but it also involves technology. Yeah, and yeah, that's about me. And yeah, the main question, like, why are you here? I know you guys are for the placement insights and how to manage the DSA, but to be honest, everyone wants to know like how we can get a good job to get a good amount of money. That's the reality. I know everyone wants a good job because they want to earn money in their life, and that's true. I won't sugarcoat over there, but yeah. So when you talk about the software development or any kind of placement which I have seen in our college, like so in that case, most of the jobs which will come in your placement will be related to software development, but not only that, it will be data analytics as well, might be the product management or something else with cyber security or what. So yeah, these fields are really expansive, but yeah, the entry level will be the dealing when you come with the technology and code, right? So that's where you need to focus right now. But yeah, these fields can vary different salaries. For software development, it can vary from like 20 lakhs to 50 lakhs, depending on which company you join, which what kind of profile they provided you, what kind of work you're doing. So yeah, that's the case. But yeah, I know plenty of people are over here just to know how to get that job. Yeah, this slide is just for showing like we don't have that much content over here. We I'm not going to focus much more on the content, but on the questions which you will have in your mind, and that's the important thing. And yeah, so let's go ahead. So okay, so placement, right? Placement doesn't mean getting a job actually. That's the first thing you should know. It's about a decision, like what kind of work you want to do in your life. Like, you should know like what your potential can help you. Actually, you should explore other fields as well. See, like I have given some examples: software development, product management. You can go into quants as well. If anyone knows about quants, then it's really good. Actually, then we have DB architect and all. So these kind of fields are there in the market. Even for the software development, I sometimes say to people, like, if you are not that much interested in software development, then don't do it, just because the market is already very saturated with software developers. And even on top of that, we have AI developers and ChatGPT, for example, where with or GitHub Copilot, which can, like, kind of, we can say, like, there's a snatching of jobs, which people say. But yeah, still market is saturated, so you can explore many stuffs, actually, not only software. I know BTech, when you join college, you might have this software development in your mind, but it's not necessary. So that's the case. So yeah, placement is about decision. You got your 4 years of college. Actually, you'll be exploring everything. You'll be in different clubs, society, different subjects you'll be studying. For many students, which will be in different branches, like in civil, mechanical, electrical, electronics, they'll be exploring computer science. Whereas people from computer science can explore their fields as well. For electronics, you can go for an VLSI engineer, you can be that. But it's not a big problem, because these fields are also really helpful, actually. If anyone knows about it, like, India is really investing in microchips, actually. We got a silicon mine recently in Jammu, and where which opened a tableau of anything. Like, if you can do in microchips, then it's a really good thing, right? So yeah, just explore everything, right? And yeah, the 4 years will be that much long to explore everything, actually. Okay, cool. Yeah, but still, we have a presentation over here. We need to go with something. So yeah, if we have to continue with software development, then it's a job with continuous learning, right? You won't stop after getting the job, right? If your placement is done, it's not about, like, there's a um, gate closure. No, it's not. Software development is all about learning. You need to be up to date with the new tech stacks, new languages which are getting over there. And yeah, so that's the main case. But if someone asks me, for a college grad, like, why he should pursue at the first place for software development, then it's like a open gate for multiple options, which could include your being tester, DB architect. You can go into cyber security, you can do data analyst or data scientist, you can become a system administrator. So yeah, so it will be like the trunk of the tree, where you can start, but it will give you different branches for it. So in that case, that's why I say, like, never focus never focus on just one thing. Try to explore more, but have your goals also clear. So software development, yeah, it's a really good place to start. Even I knew a guy from electrical. He was in an IT Kurukshetra. He's a really good guy. He's into quants, actually. He works for a really good company, actually, and he earns a lot as well. So even in that case, I feel like not it's not necessary to follow the crowd. You can go for different stuffs as well. So main thing is over here. That's the case, and yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, I'm not going to make like a really that kind of PPT where you need to know everything and all. See, the why people say, like, DSA is important for getting a job, or even for, I feel like, for mental practice, even you need DSA, because DSA is your practice zone where you'll be challenged to use your brain. I know you did JE, you had your coachings and all, but that competitive nature should not be reduced. It should not be lost of some time. And if you want to grow, I believe you should learn every time. And in college, where in J you had those subjects, physics, chemistry, maths, the those will be translated to DSA over here in college, where you need to compete with everyone doing that. You're not alone, actually. Everyone will be doing that, and there might be someone who must be a step ahead from you. So just don't try to ignore this. These are these topics. I know these exist, but it's not the end actually. Okay, the reality is this list never ends. If you, if after college, if you join the company, they'll expect you to make a new algorithm actually. They can ask you to make, like, if you go in Uber, right? Everyone thinks like they might be using BFS to search a shortest path, right? But it's not actually. It's not. There are PhD students who are working tediously on new algorithms to get that new route for your, for the app, for everything. There are people who are learning overnights. In my example, in my company, so what we do, we also have trading algorithms as well. People are devising trading algorithms every day. We generate reports. We work on 1,000 plus indicators, right? We get that value. We parse them. We reduce them. We normalize them. But these things, like, we are using our brains, right? It's not about already learned topics. It's not about that. We are going to devise new algorithms for it. So yeah, I feel like then in that case you should not stop your practicing, because anyone could can stand up and just ask you one thing in the meeting, and just say like, what's your opinion on that? And that, if you at that moment, if you have like a problem with it, then at that moment, if you can't say something, then it's a really big issue, because company hired you as an investment actually. You, they are treating you as an investment actually. And if you're not bringing that to the table, yeah, that's a big problem for them. Layoffs are really frequent. Layoffs are really frequent in this market right now. If you can't compete, then it's not, it doesn't make sense for them. They can hire anyone from anywhere, so it's not a problem. So yeah, DSA is your practice one. And just these are not, I'm not saying DSA is like, these will help you. It will at least make your mind and brain sharp enough to get those questions correct when you'll be sitting in an interview or in coding room. It won't be like the same question will come from somewhere, right? It's not that. uh, I know many leads from my company which can devise a new question just on the basis of their experience. So it's not like that. So yeah, that's the main practice zone. You need to focus on that. Okay. Yeah. Few of the adopted strategies which I followed in my college life, which was like, learn DSA and start bucketing. Okay, what's bucketing? What I do it did, like, we already know in lead code we can categorize the questions in easy, medium, and hard. Lead code does that, but it's not true for every person, right? Each individual might have different capabilities, so it can change. For a person with, like, with a good sharp mind, a medium question can be easy for him, but for someone else it could be difficult, right? So what I started doing, like, I started keeping questions in buckets, which will be easy, medium, and hard. And when I did that question, like, so I'll put it in a bucket, right? And after a month, I'll start that topic again, just for the question, not for the sake of learning. But I'll see like if I'm able to do that question, I'll still or not. Right? If that question I can do it in a in a good manner, in a really good reduced complexity, then I'll change the bucket, right? A medium level question at that time, I can reduce it to the easy level, right? And the same goes for the hard. But yeah, that's kind of revision, but yeah, it will actually give you a validation whether are you, whether are you able to say like whether you were able to learn question, and like, are you progressing or not. In that case, even I targeted at least 8 to 10 questions daily, maximum if it possible. Try for medium questions. I know at the start it won't be easier, so it won't be that much easy for you, but yeah, if you feel like you're losing the confidence, then definitely go with the easy questions. At least they'll give you self-respect and confidence, just because like, yeah, you'll be able to do that question. And yeah, many people skip hard questions, but if you're targeting really good companies like Google or some like Salesforce or what, then I suggest people to do hard questions. Then you're not challenging enough, because in if anyone knows about it, like Google never repeats its questions. they never repeat. Right? So in an interview or in coding round, there will be a new question for you. It's kind of CP. Like the questions won't be the same. So you need to focus on that. And yeah, apart from that, there's a non-conventional way to have a strategy of learning this stuff. Use Pomodoro. If you know about Pomodoro, there's so it's kind of like you set a time for like a for like 25 minutes or 1 hour, and then you just focus on the your study, like on the studies, and just on that you won't focus on anything else, right? So that's the case of Pomodoro. But yeah, it's a really good thing. You can use, in YouTube have plenty of videos on it, and that's one of them. Okay, yeah. So yeah, okay, there's one thing which I adopted was like being consistent and strategic. I also developed a Excel sheet for each and every question I did. For that, I had four columns actually. I'll tell you what's all these columns are about. So solved means like I at the first glance I saw the question, I did it, I completed it. Right? Unsolved, literal meaning like that question I wasn't able to solve. Right? There was one more column which says like I solved it, but after seeing the hint. Right? Like I felt like I can do it, but I felt like yeah, hint can help me. So yeah, and there's a fourth column which is retry. Okay, for the unsolved questions and for the questions which I used hint, right? I had a retry column, which means like if I was not able to solve that question, I'll come next week again for that question, and I'll try my best again, right? So if I'm able to solve it, then retry it. There's a tick. If not, I'll still keep it over there. I won't click the solve button. So over there, then there's view date, like which date I solved it, and sorry, which date I first time saw the question, and then there was submission date, like on which date I felt like yeah I can solve it and submitted that question. So yeah, these were the tactics which I followed. But yeah, why I was doing that, coming after 1 week and seeing that question again, or doing that question, because if the question repeats in the interview, right? I don't want that kind of excuse like where I saw the question for before as well, and still I wasn't able to solve it with the interview. So I don't want that kind of excuse. So that's why I'm ready to do that question with the hint. But yeah, I won't take that confidence like yeah I was able to do that question. So I'll try to do that again even after 1 week. So that's what I feel like doing for DSA. This is for the DSA. I'm like telling you all. And okay, main thing, that's really big thing I'm telling you, because there will be people, there will be your friends as well during the placement season who will be sitting beside you, and still they'll be able to get the job, whereas you might feel like you also did that same kind of preparation and hard work, or there might be case like where you feel like that person doesn't deserve. See, placements are really ad hoc actually. The interview depends on many factors, and it's not like what you are thinking it will happen. It doesn't work like that. So in that case, we should just keep ourselves like hopeful, like yeah, at any moment or another step I'll get the job. So that's the main thing which you need to have. Even more than DSA, actually, even more than DSA, you should be hopeful about that. Like, yeah, I'll get placed, I'll get the job, I'll fulfill my dream, which I had before joining the college, and I won't leave. I won't feel like yeah, I won't leave the college without getting a job or without fulfilling your goal. Right? For that, even if someone followed me on LinkedIn, there's one thing I told you like. I'll be bilingual in that कि कॉलेज ज्वाइन करने से पहले कुछ गोल्स थे राइट या एंड जब कॉलेज छोड़ के अगर वो गोल्स नहीं मिले ना तो लिटरली कॉलेज में जितने भी आपने मेमोरीज बनाई थी वो सब याद करने से डरोगे, सब कुछ याद करने से डरोगे बिकॉज तुम्हें वही नहीं मिला जो तुम लेने आए थे कॉलेज से. ये मेन चीज है राइट. दैट्स व्हाई आई एम सेइंग नेवर लूज होप, because even a hopeless mind is really bad actually. You won't be able to grab the opportunity if it comes on the table just in front of you. So yeah, the main thing is that. And we have some more things I'll discuss. Okay, okay. Many people have asked me like what kind of projects they should make, what kind of projects we should have, right? But the question is like, are the corporates really seeing your projects? No, they are not. The projects which we mention in our resume are the reflection of your knowledge actually, which you use behind that project. Right? For example, a person created a machine learning project which will be like NLP or we can take a chatbot as well. So the problem statement is not that much difficult. We have plenty of solutions available on online or GitHub with projects and all. The question which will arise in the mind of interviewer will be how you did that and till what depth you have the knowledge of this project, what kind of problems you faced while building it, and how did you tackle it. Okay. So it's not about NLP machine learning, it's about the way of knowledge or way of information you used, right? So for example, system design, if anyone knows about it, system design is a very vast topic actually when it comes to projects or even in corporate projects as well. So people ask like, how did you do that? What kind of servers you used? How partitioning is being done, right? Scheduling is there and all. So it makes sense because everyone is making different project, right? Someone might be making the website, someone might be making a ML project, someone might be making a cyber security project. So how can you just decide for the candidates on the basis of different projects they made? No, it's not, because the knowledge which was used behind it is common, right? Everywhere you might be coding, right? You might be testing everywhere in that project. Testing is common over there. Then coding ethics, coding tactics are common over there, right? So these things which will be corporate looking after you, and even in that case they want to know like you, if you know each and every stuff about your project, right? But for example, there are people like might be using React uh, for creating website. So if I am the interviewer, my question will be, why did you choose React? Because you have plenty of options over there. Angular is there, right? TypeScript is there, not exactly. And even in normal HTML CSS, you can make a website. Node.js, Rust, Next, you have everything over there. Why did you choose that? These questions which will arise, you need to be prepared with that, and that can be only done when you're creating the project. Right? So just use that kind of mind, right? So there are plenty of, even in that case, like even if you want to know like for the projects which kind of you want to make, just go on Google and type beginners or intermediate level projects and you can do that. Rahul, I'll take your question afterwards, right? Don't worry. Okay, fine. As well as the see, I've mentioned website you can make, you can machine learning apps. There are plenty of that. Assembly coding is there, cyber security is there. So yeah, you can try everything. Just be prepared with questions which will pop out from the interview. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god. Yes. This is the main thing. I'm telling you, everything will be. Everything depends on your resume. Actually, everything. It's just like Netflix. I'll tell you what happens when I did resume shortlisting in my company. I'll tell you what, there's a system provided. So like what we do, we just try to find that one thing which is kind of disappointing for me, or one thing which made me like uncomfortable with the resume. Okay, so the same thing goes with Netflix, right? You are trying to search any kind of movie or series, which and if you find a small problem with that series or movie, right, you'll just skip it. You'll skip that series or movie, and the same thing goes with the resume. A grammatical error will be a problem. Keywords are not there. It's a big problem. You haven't mentioned your marks which you scored in college or school even. So yeah, that's a big problem. Even in your projects, if you haven't mentioned the link or the details, which like what kind of tech stack you use, that's a problem. Like a small single problem, a small single issue with that resume, which will make definitely like skip that resume. So that's the case. in resume, I'll provide a template link. I'll give team Anant about for that. Don't confuse CGPA with SGPA, right? SGPA is for per semester results. CGPA is for cumulative one. Okay? I've seen plenty of resumes where people have mentioned SGPA, and that's really wrong. Okay? Then when it comes to freshers, see, I got 1 year of experience, but still I give my personal projects over there just because like I feel like they are good enough. Okay, so yeah, mention your personal projects which you worked on, because these kind of projects are where you work without any help. Actually, you use your own mind, right? It doesn't reflect your teamwork. It depends your personal strategies. So that's why personal projects should be there until unless you have like 3 to 4 or 5 years more than experience. So yeah, and in each project there should be 3 points which will be like what kind of tech stack you used, right? What's the description of the project, and like if you feel like, yeah, if anything special you did about that, you can mention it. In that project, yeah, there should be URL for the app, for the GitHub or website. I'm saying or just because like we as coders we need to see the code actually. So even if you provide the website, we'll be able to scratch out the code. So it's not an issue. And if you provide the GitHub, it's also fine. Cool. Then yeah, that's the case for the personal project. Secondly, if we have for experience, right? Experience is a really typical topic when we come over there. Um, your experience should show the numbers actually. I'll tell you what happens. If you can see the screen, right, there's the software developer AVP, right? There you should mention the numbers actually where your contribution help the organization, right? Like 60% code coverage, or like you worked on more than 1 lakh parameters or what, right? These kind of values help in giving the estimates like, yeah, that person did some good work actually. So it's the main thing. It should also be of 3 points only, where you're talking about every work you did, even if you got any recognition, definitely you should show it over there. But yeah, each each paragraph also have keywords, right? Like if you can focus on the resume, right? I made those words bold, right? Like if you .NET Core Signal are automated tasks, then 125,000 lines, and then 60% code coverage, benchmarking, efficiency. Then I've also mentioned the tech stacks, right? These are kind of important things which should be there. Uh, Timanan, can you just pin me out over there? They can't see the resume, I believe. Yeah. Is it visible now, guys? Good. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's the main things. The number, the keywords, three paragraphs should be there, which are explaining your work. Yeah, that's the main thing. Same goes if you follow, if you can see, this kind of thing has been followed in every experience except the Microsoft one. That was just a mentorship. So yeah, but that's the main thing. Coming to the technical skills and interest. Okay, I'll do it. Just give me a minute. Okay, fine. I'll open my resume. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, at least over here we can see. Is it visible, everyone? Yeah, good. So see, what I was saying. These kind of keywords should be there. Like if you got any recognition, that's majorly required. Any kind of tech stack you work, like C Sharp, .NET, Blazor, that should be mentioned. If you got any recognition, yeah, it should be here. So these things help you over here. These are like just three paragraphs, but see how it's describing. So first thing I did in my organization when I joined, it was like code coverage enhancement. It was a team goal actually for us. So I worked on like 1,25,000 lines. It was about the code coverage out there. Then I worked on the service implementation, and it was a portal development. So I worked on it, like created dynamic services. See, I bolted out services over here. Then I worked on market data streaming service, which was on .NET Core and Signal. Signal is it's kind of similar to WebSocket, a wrapper over it. And then there was a team Karina in Wells Fargo, with which I like integrated my service. So yeah, it was there. Then I worked on benchmark, which was kind of a parser, and it was like on benchmarking process as well. So I worked on parser, right, and on metadata. Then I worked on 200 plus indicators, so it's over there. See, these numbers are really important. You should always mention those. Then same goes when I did my internship over there. I worked on a trading suggestion platform. So at that point we were working on an ML system actually. It was like getting a data from 10 indicators and like suggesting if you can trade on that service or not. So I worked on 10 odd indicators over there. More than hundreds stocks were there. So yeah, even see how I mentioned agile methodologies. If someone knows about it, agile methodologies like Scrum and all. That's a really important stuff which you will follow in corporates. Like every day, you'll have your daily stand-up call and all. So yeah, so these kind of things are important. Okay. And yeah, coming to the technical skills and interests. Okay, technical skills and interests. It's written over there, but it's not about technical skills. It's also about soft skills. So yeah, we'll talk on that. So if you know about any language, be precise. Don't ever mention any kind of information which portrays your overconfidence, right? Because this resume will be used in your interview as well. I won't suggest anyone to write any kind of information which you can't comprehend or you can't answer it afterwards. So like if see, for example, I never worked on Golang, so I can't write it over there. But if I'm writing any language or library over there, I must have worked on it. I should know everything about it. Most of the things I should able to answer. So I never write any blind stuff over there. Okay, cool. So then we have like I mentioned like languages, libraries. We have web dev tools. See, you work on these, but just you're categorizing what you have used. Frameworks are there. Then cloud and database if you have worked. Then relevant coursework. Okay, coursework is why important. Just I'm telling you because for the 4 years, right, you studied about these subjects, and even after 4 years, you can't write like you don't know about operating systems, you don't know about OOPs, you don't know about DBMS, software engineering. Then it's not a point of right because these keywords are really important when it comes to ATS. Okay, what's ATS? It's like it's a system which filters out the resume. People fill resume in a job, then for the organization it will be like in thousands, right? The resumes will be like in thousands, so they can't see every resume. So the main thing what you can do, you need to add those keywords which are related with the job description. For example, I'll give you an example. Um, why I'm telling you that, yes, uh, see, every job have a description. Okay, these description are not just for like sake of added. These descriptions are used by the ATS system, which will be matched with your resume. For example, if it says like you have experience with Golang, gRPC, GraphQL, MongoDB, then ATS will what do? It will take this MongoDB as a keyword, and it will match it with the MongoDB present in your uh, resume. If these keywords match, then ATS will forward your filter resume. Otherwise, it will be kicked out. It won't be used. Okay, that's why these things should be matched. In that case, that's why I suggest people to keep not just a single resume. They should prepare plenty of resumes actually. because some job descriptions require something else, some job descriptions require something else. Right? For example, Coinbase is a like a Web 3.0 company which works on Ethereum and all. So even for people which will be working on these things, they should prepare a different resume as well. For a software engineering, it should be different, right? They have like see NFT, DAOs, Web 3.0, DeFi is there. So these kind of keywords can't be found out in like a normal resume for software engineering. So if a person have that kind of skill, they can prepare different resume as well. They can use it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So these were the technical skills. Let's come to the soft skills. Okay. It's why soft skills are important. Okay. You can have like a really good amount of knowledge. You can be a Wikipedia. You can be a Stephen Hawking, but it won't help until you have that communication skill or soft skills which are required in the corporates, right? You aren't going to deal with your manager only. You are going to deal with your client as well, right? So when it comes to that, you need to have that soft skills over there. Problem solving. Why it's important? Because it will be required, right? Yeah, you have to solve every kind of problem which will come, right? And even in interviews, problem solving is not about coding. It will be about puzzles as well. I'll come on that as well. Yeah. Then self learning. See, these are soft skills. You can add it according to yourself, but this section is also must. And then achievements. Okay, achievements should be there, but at the end of the resume. Why I say that? Because it should always end at the good note. Resume should make a good first impression as well as a last impression on the manager. So that's must. Mention everything, but at least keep it relevant, right? Uh, okay, keep it relevant. Don't add any kind of participation. Add if you achieved anything over. I have seen plenty of people adding like we participated on this hackathon. You did that. I know you did that, but it won't be counted as achievement because you didn't gain anything apart from learning. Okay, I know that. If that's why even I suggest like you'll be having fest and all in your college. Do participate. Get yourself some certificates. Get yourself some trophies. Get some rank. That will help you definitely. So in my case, like I got the merit scholarship in college when I was there. Then apart from that, okay, yeah, I was a mathematics topper when I was in boards actually. That's related to boards, yeah. So my answer sheet was on the CBSE website over there, and then even I have won 24-hour productathon when I was in ICEL. And even apart from that, there's one more thing, but I haven't added it. It was Excalibur. If anyone knows about it, Excalibur is a event conducted by Technobyte, and even in that case, we came runner-up. So, but I forgot to add it, I guess. So yeah, okay, fine, it's not a problem. But yeah, add it, add the achievements at the end of the resume. But yeah, please participate. Please do that kind of stuff. Don't stick to your hostel rooms. You have plenty of societies over there. You have mathematical Anant over here. So you should join and write. I guess they'll help you in that case as well. Okay, coming to the um, slides. Okay, fine. Yeah, I'll provide the template link afterwards. Okay, this will be our last slide, I believe. There won't be much more, but yeah. So, what kind of steps we are there in the placement when comes to when company visits our college, right? So it will be coding round. So coding round, yeah, coding round. That's your play arena. That's where you need to show like, yeah, you're ready to do it, and please do each and every question. Don't skip a question. Don't feel like, yeah, that guy did one question, that guy did two questions. No, it doesn't work like that, because there must be someone, just one even, but there must be someone who did all questions, and he created an impression for the company. He might also become the cutoff for that company. Okay, so follow that. Try to do every question and be fast. This is really, really, really J for you. You won't get another opportunity in that company until they revisit, right? So don't lose it. Don't try to find any excuse, right? yeah, that's why I wasn't able to do it or what. No, it's important. Okay, then if you successfully cross over that, then it's time about interview. And interview is about knowledge, but more on that, it's also about confidence. Okay, when it comes to interviewer or like candidate, so interviewer knows like you're studying right now, you might not have every your knowledge, but still they want that kind of confidence that to prove like yeah, in future I'll be able to grasp that, that knowledge. So it's important over there. You need to create that kind of impression. A nervous guy won't help that company in future. So that's the case. Even I I suggest like going for interview, before going for interview, have a mock interview. I did plenty of mock interview. I got good examples to give. I can't say name, but yeah, there was a junior. Now he's in fourth year actually. So he had his interview with Goldman Sachs next day. I knew, I know, and what happened? He got nervous just last night. It The question was really simple. It wasn't difficult, but that guy got nervous, and that was the case where he realized he had the knowledge how to do that question. He just got stuck just because of the nervousness. So for the whole night, uh, I suggested him to not study anything. Doesn't Don't look at any stuff, any written material. Just keep your mobile aside, relax, and sleep. Take at least 6 to 7 hours of sleep before your interview. That's must. Otherwise, you'll have a really bad headache. Really bad headache. Your body will have a blood rush everywhere during your interview. So be prepared, but be calm. Interview is not just like there's an interview. See, in real life, even every person is judging you, right? So every time you are being interviewed by another person, but the case is different now. Right? Here it's about your job, your life goals. So focus on that. Okay, we have then interview tips. Main thing, never be rude. Never be rude. Never back answer the interviewer. That's really important because he gave up his time at the office. He came for you to take your interview to provide you a job. And in that case, if you act like that, it won't be a good profile for you. You will be banned from the organization in future, or you will be put down on cool down period. Actually, that's what we say. Like you know, you won't be allowed for interview for a certain period. And then if you're stuck, right? If you're stuck, don't waste time, neither your nor that person. Just ask for the advice from the interviewer. It's not a moment of embarrassment, it's not a problem. He's there, he has experience, he'll help you. Even that happens in corporates. They don't want you to have that idealistic behavior every time. You can ask for help. So yeah, that's important. And at the end of the interview, never end it like without asking a question. They'll certainly ask you like, do you have any question from him or her? And definitely ask, because it will show your interest in the organization, or in the profile. Okay, so otherwise they'll think like he or she might be coming just for the money, or for the for the monetary reasons. They want your, I told you like you're the investment for the company, so they want to um, extract everything from you. So they want you to be interested as well. So that's the main thing. Okay, coming to the managerial round. Managerial round is not about technical knowledge; it's about the resume. That's why I was saying resume. In the resume, you should not mention any kind of information which you don't have any, like you don't have confidence about it. Okay, so like it's like वो manager जो होगा ना वो पूरा resume पूछेगा, like each and every corner. For example, I'll tell you what happened. I'm giving my experience. So when I presented my resume, my manager at that moment asked me like, what was the different thing you did in productathon in respect to other teams which were present in the competition, right? You have experience. So I gave him the answer like, I'm not from the EC background. If I'd say I'm from IT background, I was in first year. but still being resourceful, I was able to complete that job. I was able to build that project, which helped us to win that competition, right? So for everything you mentioned in the resume, right, you should have the reason ready, because it's your stuff, right? You should know it much better than anyone else. So that's the case over there. Resume should be like कि तुमने पूरा resume चार्ट रखा है, ठीक है? Sorry for the language, but yeah, I'm just saying that. Okay. HR, it's really not like HR is not like technical round, but it will be like a behavioral round. Your behavior will be judged, right? Apart from that, there will be like questions related to puzzles and all. Puzzles, do it definitely. Like there will be plenty of questions. Like if you know about that question, like there are five horses, and you can just have like three horses at a time to check like who can win the race, right? And then answer which horse is the fastest, right? So these kind of puzzles exist, and they'll be asked in HR round or in the manager round. It can be. And apart from that, there are behavioral questions as well. Like in some case, like they can ask like your teammate have been rude with another team member, then in that case what you will do, like, or how you will respond to that. Okay, so these kind of questions as well exist, but behavioral questions are like kind of standardized, so you can find it anywhere. um, okay, and yeah, I feel like over there you you don't need much more than information on that. I believe interview and coding rounds, like it comes with experience, so definitely have mock interviews before it. Don't rely on like yeah, let me first complete the coding round, then I'll have my mock interview. Don't do that. Have your mock interviews way before, just because you want to work on them as well. So yeah, that's it, I guess. And uh, yeah, time for Q&A. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. 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 So Sejal, like how to check? See, if you know about the job role, then you definitely know like what kind of information they want. Right? See, in software development, I can say common things are like you should have those coding skills, you should have knowledge about tools and software engineering and all. These kind of stuff will be common over there, but in some companies there are like specific stuffs as well. For example, let's go with media.net or Nutanix, right? So in those companies, they work on the assembly as well, right? So in that case, they expect you to have assembly information as well. For in that case, I'll suggest before giving interview, before giving coding round, have a thorough knowledge about the company as well, what kind of work they'll do, so that even in this in your question, like you should be ready, like if they ask like any kind of assembly information you have, like, or any kind of programming language they are seeking, so that's your responsibility to know. But yeah, don't worry, it's even in college, it's mostly about these common stuffs, so it's not a big deal. Okay. Yeah. Just a second. Yeah. Can you repeat that question? Oh, okay. In data science. Okay. In data science, I'll suggest people should learn about SQL. really good actually, because SQL will be used over there. And even about big data, apart from that, when it comes to data scientists and data analysts, see over here, analytics, analytical skills you should have, like you can comprehend the data, right? You can interpret data. These kind of stuffs you should know. And since these skills also require some kind of ML as well, so yes, you should know about ML. Not like into deep, but yeah, that will be helpful for you. And yes, see, at the first stage, I don't feel like data scientists and data analytics will be that much of kind of information regulated. But yeah, uh, these skills must be there. And even when I say ML, then definitely Python. Python it's there. So yeah. See, you need to decide what kind of field you have. But yeah, try everything. At least you can be comfortable with one job over there, right? I believe. So yeah. Yeah.
One question from Rahul Kumar. When to start making projects and what everything is required to master development ready for projects?
Okay. Start making projects from the day one. Day one, just say, because see, um, it's not about at the end when you'll be going to make a project. It won't reflect like your whole knowledge. See, a website can be created really easily. If you want to show just any data, you can use HTML, CSS. That's really easy. But when it comes about complex websites, you should have that prerequisites as well, right? And it won't be fulfilled without having that small or even that fundamental information. So yeah, from the day one, you should start working. I got a really I posted one on LinkedIn actually. If anyone follows, it's called freecodecamp.org. Freecodecamp.org is a really good platform to learn from the basic, and they got like every project you can imagine. They got like simpler project to complex ones, even for websites, data analytics, machine learning. They got everything, even cloud as well. So yeah, you can try that. If that will help you. But yeah, from the day one, you should start the practice. It's a journey actually. It's not a kind of a bull. What do we say, like? Not a no, not a goal actually. It's a journey actually. So you need to focus on it. And you ask like what everything is required to master development and ready for projects. Okay, when it comes about master development and ready for projects, it's just your experience. See, I'll say what happens when I started working on projects. So at the first place, even I faced many errors. It was something wasn't coming out, like it wasn't popping out or something. So in that case, I learned about it. Right? I had Stack Overflow and all. At least these kind of problems persist. Then you work on them so many times, like it just gets stored in your brain. So sometime after, if that problem comes, then you can just automatically do solve it. So in that case, even when it comes to master development and ready for projects, I will say just practice and create projects. I'll say, like, even for the first website which you will deploy on cloud, that will be a bang on for you. It will be a really proud moment when you will just write a LinkedIn project, or even on WhatsApp status you will add like, yeah, this is my deployed website. That will be a really a big point for you. So in all these cases, it will come about the experience. And yeah, just it's all there. Even if we come about learning and all, YouTube have plenty of courses. You can use it. And if you want a certification, free code camp is there. It will be for free. If you want from another organization, then I suggest Coursera, if you know. But yeah, Coursera is paid. But there's one thing you can do. Coursera also provide financial aid as well. So you can write that whole para why do you want a financial aid, and they can help you. I did that. Even I got financial aid, and I got Coursera certifications. You can try that. That will be helpful. But yeah, don't stop learning. Don't stop learning. That's the main thing. Okay.
Dilgag, you can unmute your mic and ask your question.
Sir, what should we do as a fresher other than DSA?
Okay. Other than this. Okay, Sejal,
Other
you can.
than DSA.
Okay. You can mute yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Other than DSA, yeah, that was my first three slides, which were talking about like you should explore other stuff as well. Okay. Apart from DSA, what you can do? So, see, like product management is there. Product management also require technical skills, but in that case, it doesn't require you DSA actually. It requires your knowledge about a specific language, which we can say like if you say many product management managers are involved in SQL, so you should have a good information on SQL, right? And when it comes about DB architect or like a database uh, architect, we say in that case you can get good amount of information on how DBs are managed, how big data is there. Even a cloud engineer doesn't require DSA information. He should know about how cloud is managed. Then there are DevOps people. They even don't work on DSA. They work on if you know about these CI/CD work, right? You can work on that. So it's not necessary DSA will be used over there, but these kind of skills which will be used. CI/CD is there, database management is there, right? Security is there. Security even doesn't require DSA. It uses cryptography or some other things, right? So you can focus on that as well. Cryptography is a really good topic. You can learn about other encryption methods and you can use it for security purposes and all. So yeah, DSA is not required over there. So yeah, there are plenty of possibilities. DSA is literally not about uh, learning these algorithms or data structures. It's about how you are able to solve a problem. They are checking a problem solving mechanism, right? So that's why it is used. Otherwise, in this world, you can even pass without DSL. There are plenty of jobs which doesn't require DSL. So yeah, okay, Sejal, I believe you got your answer.
Next question is from Keshav Saini. How we know that we are ready, how to face coding round, and what's like benchmark for us to judge beforehand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a really big, really good question actually. Because here it's not about your knowledge level; it's about your confidence actually. How much you feel like you can do it. See, when it came about us, we in my placement or internship time, it came as like yeah, we felt like if one coding round we felt like we were not able to solve it, then it was like yeah, we are not ready for it. But I won't suggest you to wait till that time because it's not a good method. So what you can do, right? um, if you know about interview bit got like these coding rounds, actually sample coding rounds, right? You can use it over there. It will be time based. There will be 2 to 3 questions depending on what you want. And same goes with hacker rank even have sample rounds which you can use, and it will help you even if you're able to solve the questions or not. So use these stuff. These services exist. It won't be a problem for you. Okay. So yeah, I feel like yeah, that you can use.
From Rahul Kumar, what you have done extra for becoming AVP apart from DSA and development?
Okay. Okay,
Only
okay.
for you, personal question.
Okay, see, I'll tell you. See, banks got a really different system when it comes about technological developments. It doesn't go like in Microsoft or Google where they are just working or just coding. It's not about that. When it comes in banks, it's also about the management as well. We are coding, I know, but we are also managing. I will be managing the DevOps team, the operations team if are there. We will be meeting the clients to get their requirements. Right? We'll be talking with directors, what kind of requirements the organization have. So yeah, banks focuses on that actually. So Okay, but yeah, extra. It's not extra actually. If anyone gone through my LinkedIn, actually, I've been doing management stuff in my college as well. Yeah, I was part of Technovide. I was president of iCell as well at a time. Now known as Startup Cell, I believe, right? So I've been in those as well. So I felt like, yeah, when it came to me in my organization, I did that as well. So it wasn't a big deal. And anyone will who will join a bank or a financial or fintech company, they'll have to do that. It's really necessary, and I feel like it's really important because it will also help you gaining like another branches which will be available for you if you're working on management and all. You can well for management courses in future, I believe. Yeah, if someone wants to go for MBA, then yeah, many organization. I'm not sure with Microsoft and all, but yeah, in Wells Fargo they provide you help for higher education as well. You can pursue MBA from IIM Calcutta actually, uh, but that depends on your experience. So yeah, these kind of stuff they can help you. But yeah, on top of extra, it was nothing extra. I was doing this thing in part of my college as well. So yeah, and when it came about the requirements in the organization, I did that. So that's why college. I told you it's time to explore, explore yourself, explore everything. Okay.
Basically, in our audience, like most of the students from MSc Mathematics.
Okay.
So yeah, like as a MSc Mathematics student, we have some questions that from Gaurav Kumar. Like, what is the uh, research like part of the DSA, and how can we go for research in the DSA?
Oh, okay. In DSA, okay. Yeah, okay. There are plenty of stuffs, I believe, but okay. In DSA, when I studied advanced data structure, there, if you know about NP problems, uh, these kind of problems still exist, and we say like we can't prove like NP hard problems are solvable or not, but it still depends until or unless someone devices or algorithm. For example, I'll give you an example of Google search engine, right? Searching is not like a really big thing. You can use any kind of searching algorithm, but when it comes to Google search engine, it's a kind of different stuff. They had their patents as well for it. So they were like PhD students, if you know, and they did research on it. So when it comes to research on DSA, I feel like you should get yourself know like what kind of existing problems are still there in the market, right? Um, for example, if I have to say, right, concurrency issues there exist. There are few algorithms which help in resolving concurrency, right? But when it comes about dealing with these issues in dark web, or like if in even in normal cases, even like if you know about ticketing system and all, there's some issues with these kind of concurrency issues, right? They exist, right? You must have seen any kind of problem which will be there. For example, I'll give you one personal experience in Bangalore. What happens, right? There's one app called Newmonk actually, which can be used to book ticket uh, for a particular route bus, right? If I say like a 500 CA, I can book for it. Now the problem is that when you book a ticket, it shows like this bus will be arriving in 10 minutes, right? But that's not the reality. That's not the reality over there. But the bus will be coming late, I know. And even in that case, I can't say like my ticket book will work on this bus or not. So uh, rather than using that app, people still rely on cash or the um, smart pay system which bus already have. So this kind of issue can be resolved. There are plenty of methods. Even if you want to do research, then you should participate on hackathons. You'll get plenty of problem statements from there. So that will help. But yeah, when it comes up on research on DSA, I feel like yeah, these things will only help you with the algorithms and all when you realize what kind of real life problems exist, right? So
From Komal. As a beginner, what could be the first step or the basic language to learn the DSA?
Okay, if we are talking about programming language, then I feel like C is the C is the easiest one you can use, right? See, I'll tell you what happens. Like, when you transit, many people think like Python is the easiest language when when we comprehend, right? But the problem is not that. When you shift from Python to C or C++, it changes. The amount of difficulty changes over there because C and C++ are really into assembly ones, and they can work on that as well with C++. But shifting for Python, it will be difficult. So at the first stage, I prefer people to go with C, and then switch to Java, and then at the end Python. Python, depending on if you're going for web scraping or machine learning or any kind of related topics over it. And the first step for to learn DSA, just see the person next sitting to you, because that person must be doing something on DSA. Right? Yeah, it's not about choice, right? Even at the first point, even I didn't want to learn DSA and all, but it was like, yeah, that person is doing, and that person will be able to achieve anything, which will definitely make me jealous, and I don't want that kind of feeling with me. That's why I started learning, right? And I feel like this is the major reason everyone start learning any kind of stuff, right? Because there must be someone already doing that, and there's a profit for him or her, and which with that profit, which I'm looking forward to it. That's why I started doing things. So yeah, rather being just alone or just not doing that stuff, okay, fine, it's your choice, but still have an alternate plan as well. Don't stand stranded over the island. It won't help you.
Gaurav, you can unmute yourself and you can ask Gaurav Kumar.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, I want to know. You have mentioned in the starting that silicon mining is started in northern India, and many companies like Foxconn or
Hmm.
TCS are coming in India for setting silicon factories.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
what kind of opportunity can we grab from them? So,
Okay.
we should
Yeah.
prepare from starting. Na ki they will come and they will ask for the job in the market, and we should be ready. So, what
Right.
kind of opportunities can we have?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, Guru. So yeah, see, the uh, okay, companies and organization requirements depends on the what kind of resources are available, right? That, as I told you, like silicon mining is over there. So yeah, that will create jobs. But to fulfill jobs, you should have that knowledge as well. Right? You're part of a national importance college, right? So okay, so yeah, a government relies on these kind of institutes to have engineers and all, which could help them in these fields, right? So if it comes like silicon, right, you should start working on assembly, ARMs and assemblies, and how they are built, how microchips are built actually. You can like contact your electronics or electrical professors which are like into it. There are plenty of researches are there, and if you want, there's a really good way to know about it from the actual companies which are working on it and how did they start it. If you want, you can go for these Intel and then AMD and then Nvidia. You can just see like how they started working on it, and what kind of researches has been done in that case. But yeah, everything have a starting point, and even microchips and learning about silicons and like what kind of devices they make, you can start from anywhere. But yeah, you just need to have that confidence, and it's important, I believe. I feel like if nation's requirement is there, so then you should start working on it. Defense is also a really good research area. You can go on to it. And since you're from mathematical background, I feel like mathematical people, like, yeah, they should be ready for everything, because each and every place is surrounded with mathematics. You can find numbers everywhere. You can find that golden ratio in your eyes as well. So yeah, so
Mathematics working in backend always.
yeah, everything actually. Physics is applied mathematics actually. Yeah, so mathematics is the fundamental way for it. I support mathematics just because, like, yeah, I love maths. Yeah, I can say that for sure. Even in NTSC when I was there, like, yeah, I chose the topic mathematics for me, and yeah, it worked really well for me. So yeah, I feel like mathematics is everywhere.
Why the Anant will be the society with that. That is the unique society within the campus, like for mathematics and technical field, like combinedly.
Yeah,
So
that's good. That's good.
we have some more question. You can raise your hand and ask the question. You will be able to convey your question more clearly. So if anyone, you can unmute yourself and then you can ask. Charchit Khandelwal, you can ask your question.
Hello, sir. Actually, I've just started coding that recently only, and I want to work for data scientist job. So,
Okay.
how much how much things are required? Basically, how much DSA will be required for that job? So, I want to know that.
Okay. See, for the job, see, now not an exact answer I can say, but when it comes to the interview and all, DSA will be required, but only at the basic level, just because they want to test your problem solving skills. See, we can't have like a common way to test people when it comes to technology. So then, in that case, we use DSA, right? So, yeah, but for data science, it will come as basic. But yeah, when it comes to job, I'll tell you one example where data science is really used. If you know about data partitioning and like, so when it comes, right, even in normalization, right, when it comes about that, then you should be ready with an algorithm where you can decide which kind of normalization we can adopt in data management. Uh, which will help me like making this data much more readable or much more easily we can do if we can write over there. So if an example, if I have to say, like, there are plenty of tables, I know. I can partition them in such a way, like, data can be exceeded as well or can be scaled as well. But when it comes to deciding the deciding factor for that, in that case, we'll need DSA. DSA, how? Over here, you need to select that unique column, which will help you to easily read read those tables, right? But how are you going to decide? That will come on the complexity, right? How you're making those reading procedures uh, more lesser complex, right? So even if you over here you will be using hashing, right? So you can use that. So these kind of steps exist, but not in data scientist, not like that much, but it will be more sort of related to where we can say intrinsic properties of the data. Okay, so yeah, data scientist jobs, yep, it will be about that. Whereas even in data science, if you know, it will be more about mathematics. And in DSA, there's a different concept for mathematics. Actually, there's a whole set of questions which comes from maths. Like, if you know about this power multiplications and all, right? So these questions exist, but not just for like applying them. It for like checking your problem solving status. So yeah, it won't be that much.
With, you can ask your question. Aniket.
Yes, sir. So my question is basically I've been thinking for Android development,
Hmm.
and there are two options, Java and Kotlin. But Java is, since Java has lot of use cases and it's not powerful, whereas Kotlin is specifically built for Android apps and web apps such as. So which will be better way to proceed?
Okay. So see, it depends on like, are you only focusing on Android development? If you're just focusing only on Android development, I'll suggest Kotlin because as you already gave the answer, Kotlin is much more suitable for it. But if you're going for different fields as well, Java will definitely help. Also, like I'll tell you one thing, Android development doesn't have only two options. Okay, there's one more. There are few other steps as well. If you know about React Native and all, yeah,
Yes, sir, I know.
yeah, yeah, good. At least React Native and Flutter, they are also there. You can explore that. At least React Native and Flutter will help you in website development as well. But the only problem with them are they are still in development phase. Right? They are still working on it, like if it can be adopted universally or not. So if you're focusing only on Android development, I'll surely say Kotlin. If you're focusing on use cases, as you said, like apart from that, then Java is a really good way. If you're focusing on web and Android, even not Android, if you're focusing on web and app development, including the iOS development I'm talking about, then you can focus on React Native or Flutter, or and at the end, if you're only focusing on iOS development, Swift, Swift is a really Swift will be used over there. So yeah, you got four options over there. If you're focusing on Android, then Kotlin. If you're focusing on Android plus like use cases of Java, then Java. If you're focusing on web and app development, then React Native and Flutter are a good option. And if you're focusing on only iOS development, then Swift is your option. Uh, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, Chavi, are you there? Okay.
Sorry, network issues हो गए थे.
No, no problem.
So I wanted to ask, there is a very common question like, what is your weakness? So in that area, what should we say, and what majorly do the interviewer wants to listen in that particular question?
Okay. Okay, that's a. I'll tell you what happens over there. Everything you say in your interview, right? It should be of benefit for the organization, right? Okay. You might be considering a weakness, but it should be termed as like a strength for the organization. I'll give you an example. Many people I heard like they give like my curious mind always makes me involved with the different stuffs. Like I so how you can rephrase that question? I feel like my weakness will be my curiosity, and giving that explanation you can say like I try to learn other stuffs as well uh, by giving time and having knowledge about it, but this won't be considered as a weakness by the organization because that's one of their requirement, right? For you it will be like you're wasting your time on many of these stuffs, but it's not like that. For the organization it will depend on like yeah, you are still self learning, and that's a really good thing. So you should always rephrase the answer in such a manner which will fulfill the requirement of the organization itself.
Does anyone have any question that ask? Otherwise, we go for
Sir,
next.
I have a question, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. Go ahead.
So lately I've been wondering, means there are really different new AIs type of coming that can create Android apps in seconds.
Hmm.
So will this Android development or whatever Kotlin, how relevant it will be in the coming years, or will AI replace it totally?
Okay. See,
That's a concern.
hmm. Yeah, got your point. Got your point. See, okay. In that case, there are already plenty of even websites as well, which whose UI you can easily make with the AI, even in app as well. But the question arises when it's about the intellectual stuffs which are going in the back end, right? For example, for Uber, you can get it designed. You can design the interface and all, which you're saying that's easy. But when it comes about the that mapping and calculating that route, right? It's not possible for that AI. I'll tell you why. Because AI works on a trained model, right? What kind of information you provided at the first hand, right? It will be used even in future. It will be using the information which exists currently. Right? But when, for example, for in Uber, when they devised the algorithm for searching the shortest route, right? It didn't exist actually. It was new for them. So right, in that case, it comes like the human brain can only invent the stuffs. Right? It can't like AI can't invent stuff. It can get the data for the old stuff, and it might provide you a solution on that, but that solution might be existing already. And right now, in current phase, what I feel like AI is not that powerful, which like brain can do. Like, brain got like much more power than the AI. I feel like. So yeah, if that clarifies your answer, even in this case, I'll say like that's my personal opinion actually.
Thank you, sir. I got
Now I want to invite for a vote of thanks to the overall coordinator, like to this Shashwat Sahu sir. I want to invite the overall coordinator Mamta Sani and please vote of thanks.
Hey everyone, thank you, Mr. Shashwat Sahu sir, for your enriching and thought provoking session. Your insights into the topic placement a diverse talk have enriched our understanding, and you have covered almost all the topics containing resume, preparation, DSA, and also addressed most of our questions. Also, I would like to thank everyone for joining. Wishing you all success and thank you and have a great day ahead. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Thank,
everyone.
thank you everyone.